In 2003, Dr. Dave Anderson was running a foster care agency, and a mom came to him and said, "I need someone to care for my kids." He said, "I'm sorry, we can't help you. We can only help kids after they've been harmed." But this mom was persistent, asking, "Can you help me out? I don't want anything bad to happen to my kids. If we don't do something, I'm afraid something bad will happen to them." So Dave and his wife Karen were willing to give her a hand. She was incredibly appreciative. She was eventually able to get on her feet and take her kids back. And that's how Safe Families for Children got started. In the beginning, it was just Dave and Karen. From there, they began to approach family and friends who would also be willing to host kids temporarily, while parents in need got back on their feet. It was just a simple idea. How can we care for families and help them out? And why wait until harm occurs? 15 years later, Safe Families has grown from one chapter in Chicago to 108 chapters, 70 cities, and 3 countries. Hostings last an average of 6 weeks, with 74% of kids hosted being 5 years old and younger. A remarkable 93% of kids hosted return home to their parents or relative. 35,000 hostings later, the need is still great.
With Safe Families, there's so much focus on building a relationship with the placing family. The whole time, you know that the goal is to bring those kids back home to their parents.
When I found myself in a hard place with my kids and just basically needed a support system, Safe Families was where I went, and I met the Cannons. The Cannons became a trusted family.
A little bit of somewhat of the unexpected. I think the one thing is rely on God, and He's going to be there. He'll sustain you through it. What He calls us to, which is to serve the orphan and the widow, He equips us for in ways that we don't even know before we go into it.
So what does this look like? How do we befriend a parent, keep a child out of harm's way, and work to keep families intact? There are many ways to get involved with the Safe Families for Children movement. There are many roles for you to find your calling. Your local Safe Families for Children chapter is volunteer-driven and professionally supported. Our staff connects families in need with our network of volunteers. They also work with local organizations and agencies to ensure children are kept safe. Your donations fund this work. Last, you can pray. Pray for families in your community who are socially isolated. Pray for volunteers to step up and be encouraged. Pray for our staff to diligently work to keep kids safe and families intact. And pray that this movement grows, as the need is great. Safe Families for Children, surrounding families in crisis with caring, compassionate community.